Greetings, girls, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates Mod. I'm Rear Admiral Tarek of the Battleship Infiltrator, which is a bit of an odd name for a battleship, as we continue our campaign against all of neutral shipping. And last time we picked up the Infiltrator and we kitted it out. So let's take this giant behemoth equipped to the maximum with fighters and see if apparently we are going to be going on a diplomatic delivery, which is, of course, a little less, climactic than I was sort of anticipating, because I was kind of hoping to surge into battle at greatest of paces. So red alert and prepare my vessel for maximum combat. We, of course, have a BBF currently staring us down. That's gonna be fun. Right, alright, so I have never actually utilized one of these battleship carriers for the ISC before, but I imagine it's going to be quite powerful. In fact, as soon as I have my probes ready to fire at this target, we are going to launch them all immediately so that we can get some actual detailed information on it, and once we have that detailed information, we can annihilate it, hopefully. So we are using a Hutet class, which is apparently the, well, pretty much the battleship, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. And it is, of course, equipped with dozens of fighters, and by dozens I mean 16, which is still a fairly decent number of fighters, don't get me wrong. And fire the probe, or the mobile sensors in this case, we need, of course, to set up our weapons, and we have you and you. Come on, you, everybody into the group, although I am actually rather surprised. I only have 8x8 and I'm a battleship. What is this insanity? I also need to have all these PPDs set on the same hardpoint, which will be very useful. I just look at that ship as we come swinging on through the greatest and grandest of Cardassian firepower. And oh my jeebus, that is a lot of firepower, actually. Oh, yep, I forgot. It's 2 Fs, 3 S's, and 2 R's. Oh, did I also mention he's got like 14 phasers? And we don't. There's a reason why the battleship carrier never actually made it onto my top list for the ISC. We utilized their standard battleship because it was much better. So yeah, fighting against this thing is going to be an exercise in interesting futility, I suppose would be the best way to end up putting it. So we're going to pick up the speed a little bit. You'll notice our plasma torpedoes are charging at odd rates, to say the least. We don't have anything heavier than our 2 S-type plasma torpedoes. We do, of course, have a whole ton of I-type plasma torpedoes, which I suppose will be useful to a certain extent, although how far those are going to be useful, I'm not entirely sure, but we will prepare them on a hardpoint as well. Quick check of their arcs, and you'll notice that they all fire backwards. So if we run away from the enemy, we'll be in good shape. So yeah, the Gorn bringing in a full-on battleship that is quite quick, and we're going to have to pick up the speed and prepare to actually, combat this thing. The amount of power that the I-type plasma torpedoes take is gigantic, and it's somewhat terrifying to use. So I'm going to start to increase my speed because, oh shoot, I have made a cardinal sin and error. I need to, of course, have prepared a wild weasel. We're going to set the course immediately away from him because I don't feel like getting shot at the moment. He is going to be more than capable of actually annihilating me. This may have been a bad decision. I'm going to be 100% honest. Ooh, pardon me. I'm going to be 100% honest, I didn't quite think that he was going to be equipped with 4 D-type plasma torpedoes. Now, I think I can kill him through fighters alone, but I would probably lose a whole ton of ships, so I'd prefer not to do that at the particular moment. He's starting to pick up speed, so you know what, I am going to go consult my power chart, and apparently I'm going about as fast as I'm going to be able to while still existing, I guess? What are we actually charging at this point? I mean, all the I-type plasma torpedoes have been charged. If they hadn't been, we would have already had this all dealt with. So yeah, this is the maximum speed we will be able to travel at, which is a fairly quick clip, but I do, of course, need to get these wild weasels prepared before I actually want to roll in on battle with him, because, of course, he's going to be a particularly obnoxious opponent. His firepower at close range is vastly outstripping mine, which becomes a little bit of a problem. I didn't anticipate that a diplomatic delivery would suddenly become one of the hardest missions of the day. Alright, so the first of the wild weasels is ready. We're going to want multiple wild weasels as soon as we can. We're going to start turning on in towards the target. We really kind of can't outrun him. Our maximum speed, as you can see, is 28.5, which is less than ideal. And so the enemy's going to be able to, well, hunt us down no matter what we actually try. So we're going to have to just sort of roll on into him. I'd prefer kind of not to, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice at this point. He's going to be firing a little bit of light, long-range skirmishing fire, and I'm going to pseudo-torpedo and show me my range of 20. And fire. Okay, we got some good hooks. And some real good hooks, actually. And we're going to immediately begin to pull away, and we're going to fire a starboard-equipped plasma torpedo. Oh my god, that's a lot. Can I get down into speed in time? Can I get down into speed in time? Oh, I will, and he didn't. Suck it, Trebek. Okay, so now we're in a good position because, okay, we're not in a great position. He has way better point defense than I do. He is also, you know what? Everything. Just as soon as that attack shift goes away, fire all of the guns. Okay, fire on into his face. Because that's actually not going to work. I had made a mistake. That might hook back on him. We're about to find out. Yeah, it hooked into him, which is good. More phasers. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to go full-on plasma torpedo into his face. If he wants to play this game, then I will play this game as best as I possibly can. My aft shield is horrifically badly damaged, but there's really not much I can do about it. We're just going to sort of have to tank some damage here because we've got a lot of incoming in the form of these little guys. Okay, I've lost a shield and I'm about to have an open, exposed area to these incoming fighters. So if I could get some, please, phaser defensive firepower shooting right now, that'd be great. Not currently available in your area. So come on. Shoot, 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 shoot. Aft phases. I require them. I require them immediately. There they go. Starting to kick on in, which is going to be useful. And please tell me, oh, you've moved outside my range, which is lovely. I don't know how long you're going to be out that range, but the amount... Oh, this is ridiculous, my minimum range. Okay. Oh, shoot. 2, 3, 4 pulse. Okay, that was good. So we managed to get all of the pulses off. And in fact, how badly damaged are you? You're not badly damaged at all. Oh, that's less than ideal. Phasers, please? Something? Anything? I've got 8 phasers on board. This is a joke. Prepare the repairs, because we're going to need them. So we got into a little bit of a close-range dogfight with enemy heavies. Do I have a forward shield? I kind of don't... Oh, I do. And it's a good forward shield, too. For how long, I don't know. Can you please just die? Any weapon that can fire at him, please fire. How about you? You know what? All of these, go full defense, and please protect me, because I'm gonna need it. I need another Wild Weasel preparing as soon as I patch this engine. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to just sort of absorb, because I can't really do anything about it. If I attempted to use a Wild Weasel, I would be drastically reduced in the amount of firepower that I actually had at my disposal. So I'm just gonna have to sort of suck it up. Do I have a pseudo at the moment? Not that one. How about this one? I don't. We're just sort of out of pseudo torpedoes. You knocked out one of my... Please die. Just anything. No, it's not gonna happen. Show me him. PPDs. You knocked out one of my PPDs. I'm a very, very unhappy camper with you. We are getting some good damage on through. This forward shield is holding out, which is pretty impressive, actually. Oh, because I've got a ton of power into it. That's pretty good. I need a plasma torpedo. He's gonna absorb it, but we've got to get it out. Will you die? Oh, of course. He's knocked out 2 of my PPDs. My anger and rage at this moment is paramount. Kill him. Go out, little turrets, and destroy. We're gonna go with that one for point defense, because as long as he's playing the long-range game, I will play with him. Repair that. And repair that as soon as you can. There's one. Your days are numbered, buddy. Attack that one as well, please. Oh, yeah, this is a dirty little secret of mine. I haven't yet fixed this, and I don't know why it's broken. These were meant to be Bajoran fighters, but unfortunately, as you may have noticed, the Bajorans apparently have gotten way larger than they're supposed to be. But they have managed to not yet take out the pseudo-frigates, which they are larger than. So there's that. Fire an anti-plasma torpedo and get him on the run. There we go. Okay. I'm going to call you back home. I meant to have this fixed in time, and I totally forgot about it in the run-up to our next stream. Well, not the next stream that is happening today, according to when this is actually coming out, but the stream that's happening on Saturday, which is our celebration for 1,000 subscribers, which I'm actually really sort of psyched about and how everything ended up turning up. We're having a couple of members of the community who have been with us for quite some time and have supported the channel quite a bit. They will be joining us for a game of Pulsar Lost Colonies, where I will be taking the captain's chair and hopefully not getting us all killed. They have already played a test game, which I wish I had the time to join, but I was currently delayed at doing other things at the moment. So they're going to probably be a little bit more knowledgeable about the game than I am. I do have him on the run. That's actually really good. How's my forward shield doing? My forward shield, thank you. Doing quite well, actually. So my SDI plasma torpedoes are recovering. He is still running away from me, which I really like. I like it about the fact that his enemy is running scared from me. So we have knocked out his little defense fighters, which was actually pretty useful on us. He still has a pretty significant amount of plasma throw rate. We are whittling him down slowly but surely, but the key there is the slowly part. Okay, I'll stop. Let's see how much forward firepower I've got. I'm going to tell you to not defend. Actually, no, show me how bad this is. From a range of 20, tank it, baby, tank it hard. Oh, we tanked it hard, baby. Okay, increase the speed. And activate the PPD because the enemy is attempting to run for me. Got a hook. Wasn't a great hook, but it was a hook. So we're starting to slowly pin him down. He fired everything he had, and he wasn't able to penetrate my forward shield, which is really, really good. Because that means I have plasma torpedoes, he doesn't, and we are sort of at long-range gunslinging range, which is exactly where I want to be, and he does not. Because at this range, I have all the cards, especially since he just wasted all his plasma torpedoes. So I really have all the cards at all ranges except for phaser range, where he wants to be at this moment, or at least I would want to be. If I were this Gorn battleship, I would be on top of me in a heartbeat, just sort of hanging out and waiting for him to die. So get to me a range of 15, if at all possible, before firing the PPDs, but he is starting to set course away from me. Yeah, engage. Missed 2, missed 3, but we got a good hook on that. And we were able to just sort of start channeling fire on in. So I would like to rely on my fighters. Unfortunately, these D-type plasma torpedoes are in such thickness that if I were to attempt to do that, they would die. So instead, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to basically sit here at 30 points of power in my forward shield, which is more than this Plasma S is even capable of generating. So as long as I do that, I'm perfectly safe. And I've got another PPD about to be ready to roll. Bounce that, because I don't even care. We are a juggernaut. Oh, good hookup from the get-go, so that's just going to continue to work him. And notice he's continually taking damage because that open shield over on his port rear side was incredibly vulnerable to the amount of damage that we were providing to him. So he is having a bit of a bad day. I can only approve. Prepare me another Wild Weasel, please. I just want all the Wild Weasels you can possibly get your hands on, because trust me, we're gonna need them. Slow back down to a speed of 4, where we can instantly respond to any sort of incoming plasma torpedoes. It doesn't require us to actually have to crash stop on that. We almost have all of our PPDs back, which will be lovely. Is that the Twin R? That is the Twin R. So Twin R is fired from a range of 20. If I can look this up fast enough, I'm going to be impressed. R, range 20, 25 damage each. That's 50 damage in total. Suck it up, because this is going to suck. Damage hurts, and then, okay, he's starting to get through a little bit. He's boring through my forward defenses, which I'm not together on board with. Okay, one miss out of the hookup, but then we got a good hookup after that. We're about to have another PPD ready to start blitzing down on him. We could start really pressuring him, utilizing, you know, our, I can't say great speed, we don't have that, but utilizing some aggression to just sort of run in on him. And we're tearing down his shields quite nicely. I'd love to get in there with plasma torpedoes, but I kind of can't. Forward shield, how are you doing? I have 34 points of power, which is pretty significant. I'm going to have to steal most of you because we're going to start running him down, otherwise we're going to die. Ironically, he is actually capable of probably killing me from this sort of long-range skirmishing because he can penetrate my forward shields with those R-type plasma torpedoes. It sucks, but it's the facts. Why did I suddenly drop down to 15 points of power in my forward shield? Oh, because the phaser capacitor, right. Bounce that, doing fine. The phaser capacitor, as we steadily fix our phaser 1 mount right over here, will continually start to want to charging instead of being able to pre-charge it as long as we have, you know, openings. So another incoming plasma torpedo we can completely ignore. We'll prepare the PPDs for maximum effectiveness on this one. A full stop may actually give me enough power to be able to tank those plasma torpedoes. So range of 15, nah, he's not gonna give him 2. Oh, that was a good hookup on 3 of my PPDs. And some good solid damage in through on that one. And I'm about to have another one prepared to go, which is going to be beautiful because that'll keep that port rear shield down. And a perfect hookup on that one too. So we got really lucky with a couple of plasma hookups on that one as we start to steadily run him down. Well, run him down is a bit of a figure of speech in this one, isn't it? I'll stop. I don't need to go quite all stop, but mostly I'll stop. I just need enough power into the forward shield to be able to tank that incoming plasma, which I need about 6 points of speed. Now he is starting to reduce the power of his plasma as he tries to roll along, which is fine. And there's the Twin R's again. Okay, I'll stop. How much power do I have in the forward shield? 26, 27, 29, 30. I'm gonna need 50. I'm gonna need a little bit more than 50 actually. Yeah, you're gonna be able to punch through. This is gonna suck, but you're gonna get through a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of getting through on that one. PPDs are not yet ready for counter fire, but on the bright side, he didn't stage it up alongside one of his Plasma S torpedoes, and that actually really helped us on that one. By separating out his fire like that, what he allowed us to do was recover our shield reinforcement, which was very good for us. Yeah, within that range of 15, I want all 4 PPDs ready to fire. So our port side PPD is lined up and ready to go. Oh, a solid hookup on every single one. So we're going to cut through everything he's got here. And as you can see, right on through that forward shield. And where did my forward shield go? I'm not quite sure, but we can tank that one. We can't take that one. bring up the side shield. Okay, good. Whew, that was close. Had he gotten that shot in, we would have been in a lot of pain. Fire a pseudoplasma torpedo. See how he reacts. All slow down. There's his stop. Okay. How much fire on the forward shield? Enough to bounce it. So we can bounce this. Took a lot of damage, but we bounced it. But more importantly, I want to shoot this down. Thank you. Hi, buddy, my friend, my pal, my dude. My duderino. Perhaps even. So, let's prepare to fire on you. Everything you've got, plus the plasma torpedoes. And we drop our defenses. So we get shots on through. Oh crap, his R-type plasma torpedo is about to be ready, and I'm not gonna have a point defense system. This is gonna hurt in the numbers of legions. Get off my boat before he blows open my shields. It had to be done. It sucks, we've taken a ton of damage to do that, but he's now about to die. Oh, did you see the beauty of that? Call them all home. Call them all home now before they die.
Affirmative. Coming home. We'll guard you.
Just look at... I tried to bring them all home. The detonation radius of a battleship is absolutely absurdly huge. So it pretty much blew up every single one of them, which was kind of sucks. But hey, we're alive, more or less. We are going to have to go back home and prepare the ship, which I don't know if I can afford, but we're alive. Ugh. Yeah, that was a bit of a rough fight. I'm not quite certain how I'm going to handle this battleship properly, but it is going to require us to be kind of defensive and aggressive at the same time. I'm going to have to figure out how much I can push with my fighters, because that's going to be the big sort of trick to this whole show, is figuring out just how much pressure can you exert with the fighters before they start dying in droves, which, because we're going to be fighting a lot of battleships with D-type plasma torpedoes, that's going to become a major issue. I'm not sure if the D-type plasma torpedo is more or less dangerous to the amount of fighters that we have than the AMD ×4, which we're probably going to find out in the somewhat near future, because at some point we're going to have to be fighting near Klingon space, and they just love putting all kinds of AMDs on their battleships. It becomes a bit of a trope at this point. So yeah, it's going to be quite dangerous as we try and engage that. But I have some hope that this will actually work out all right. We're a fairly gigantic ship also, which is going to complicate things just a little bit. Start to slow down, because I obviously don't want to crash into the planet. Not after just getting this battleship. I would not want to lose this battleship in so... what's the word? Ignominious of a fashion. I think that would be the word. But yeah, we survived, which is important. Can't win a battle if you don't survive. And we will be able to deliver the diplomat. I don't think we're going to get a huge amount of cash for this one, which is going to be a little bit depressing, because I kind of need a huge amount of cash in order to properly do this. But I'll stop. I'll stop. And first things first, actually. I'm going to do this. Show me my transporters, please. Right. 1, 2, 3. I believe that's all you've got. Then leave me over. Lovely. Okay, so we have actually managed to deliver the diplomat more or less on time, and he now has a gigantic battleship in orbit with him, which is somewhat helpful to a negotiating tactic. After all, when you have a single battleship, you're sort of orbiting a planet. What do you really want to do to the diplomat? Nothing, that's right. 280 prestige is a reward for a job somewhat well done, and we're going to hop on back home because, oh god, I don't know if I can keep this ship running. I can fix it, mostly. Alright, so... yeah, that really kind of sucked. That sucked on several levels, actually. Let's go take up... no, I can't take that one. I can't take either of those. Back over here. Oh, there's no mission. You know, we're coming down to pretty much the end of an episode. If we hop on here and there's not a patrol... yeah, it's a shipyard assault. This would take, unfortunately, way too long. Given the type of ship that we've got, the type of opposition that's going to throw away... combined with the fact that we're a little bit low on prestige, as in out of prestige, we're probably going to have to play this one really properly, and that's going to take a very long time. So we're going to end this episode just a little bit early, only by about 30 seconds before anything happens. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode, folks. I have been Tyrank. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to receive notifications every time you listen to one of these videos. Press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and make sure you swing on the streams for today at Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and on Saturday also at 4 o'clock, as we're going to be be sort of testing out a little bit of a new stream schedule just to see if it sort of works out for more people throughout the things. And definitely make sure you come by the Saturday stream for our little 1000 celebration. There's going to be giveaways and a raffle, and it's going to be lots of fun. And I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you do too. And I will see you all in the next episode.